And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Bravely Default. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And when we last left off, we cleared the wind crystal of all of its problems.
To anyone else?
And we have some more work cut out for us.
Over there. It's the Weasel King.
As now we need to deal with his majesty.
Hearken to me, my children. After abandoning our kingdom to its fate, the Vestal then came slinking back to these borders to beg my forgiveness. And forgive her I did, for I saw naught to be gained from excoriating a girl for her egregious failures. My clemency was met with willful pride. She promised to return the wind to motion single-handedly. Yet, what has come of it? Nothing. Will save the southern sky set ablaze with a malefic light. The Vestal failed to restore the wind, and brought still greater calamity upon our heads. As proof, look no further than the stagnant air around you. I can but blame my own wishful ignorance for this latest turn of events. I ought never have entrusted this matter
Blah, blah,
to a
blah,
relic
blah,
of a
blah, blah,
bygone
blah.
era. The crystal orthodoxy
Sounds like
is a
most
dream of the
politicians,
past.
regardless
The
of
Vestal
party.
obsolete. Her inability to ensure the crystal's function is manifest. Join me, my people. Let us rely upon the Vestal no longer. It is our own efforts that will see this kingdom saved. The labor service is your sacred duty, your pride as citizens. All who work beyond 20 hours a day will receive a royal commendation. And in the wake of this tribulation, Ansheim will emerge a new land. Our new history begins now.
Snore.
What? The Vestal?
Oh yeah. Give him a good old-fashioned bitch slap.
People of Ansheim, I have just awakened the Crystal of Wind.
My farts are at full power
Lying
again.
witch! Then why does the air remain still?
It's true. There's no wind.
The Grand Mill isn't turning!
The king may be right.
Don't be afraid. The footsteps you've carved will be a guide to these people, Agnes. They just need a light to show the way.
And a fart in his general direction.
A spark of hope. Please, give me the courage. I ask that you listen. The winds that washed over this land without end for so long stopped. A vast darkness split the earth in the kingdom of Kaldisla. An entire village was devoured. The seas fester. Fish wash up upon our shores, twisted and lifeless. Even ships are unsafe from this corrosion. All the world's people, all life is crying out in pain. Your suffering is mirrored in every corner of existence. I was dispatched by His Majesty to leave these borders and survey the damage firsthand. My conclusion is absolutely certain. The four crystals have been clouded over with a powerful darkness. On my return, I found the Crystal of Wind in the clutches of a terrible monster. Its influence had sealed away the crystal's light entirely.
Ha! You reward our patience with fabrications and fantasy. Utterly ridiculous.
This is no fantasy. The beast fell before me and my companions. I present this to you as proof.
Those chains! The chains that circled the beast Orthros! The Tempest Braid? That can't... It's only a legend. A story from the old Crystalist scriptures.
But here they are. The Vestals brought us Tempest Braid. Then
Orthros was no legend.
It's time for a good old-fashioned tar and feathering.
Preposterous! The chains are fake! Like your ridiculous story. There's still no wind.
The wind is coming. 2,000 years the Vestals have prayed. Their lives have been the crystal's nourishment. And now,
By the power of Grayskull.
She's right. The wind.
The wind has returned!
The flatulence of the forefathers' heavens.
The Grand Mill, it's turning! I've reached them.
Of course you did. And they love you for it. They found new hope in your words.
You were amazing, Agnes. And Vestals are a force for good. That speech struck any doubt from my mind.
Naturally. I knew it from the moment I first saw you.
They're all calling out to you. Go on and answer them.
They're calling to her, take it off, take it off. And then you see the old man from earlier there. Well, that explains a lot.
I don't...
You're a savior to the kingdom, Lady Vestal. A savior to all of us.
And at such a young age, the Vestals are a blessing upon this world.
Forgive us for failing to aid you when the wind stopped. We were lost.
Please, continue to guide the winds and this nation's people. Lead and we will follow. I thank you all. But I fear I cannot stay. The shadow of danger has been driven from Anchime, but darkness persists elsewhere in the world. I must join with the other Vestals and see that all mankind is ransomed from this terrible threat. That is my duty as a Vestal of the Crystals. It pains me to leave your side again so soon. I ask your patience and your forgiveness.
She grieves not just for Anchime's pain, but that of all the world.
We thought only of her own misfortunes. But the Vestal...
Lady Vestal! Know that you go with all our prayers. Please help them. Help the others as you've helped us.
Be strong, Lady Vestal!
I thank you. Your faith moves me beyond words. I shall see this task complete and then return to you. I swear.
Well, that'll be nice.
What perverse farce is this? This cannot be so! I shall not be undone by a child!
You've been undone by a child.
I am king!
Shame.
King! And a king does not forget his enemies! Ah!
Do you think he's being a little hyperbolic? Just a little bit. Or was he a greedy bastard this whole time? Yes, the wind is back. Just look at the sky. The clouds are practically racing along. And that breeze feels incredible. Doubly so after a job well done. All of Anchime's people were so thankful. One girl said that thanks to the wind, her father is able to come home again. I heard we can all eat as a family again. Or now we can fly kites. You should have seen the kids. You should have seen the kids' grins. Yay. Yay. All the skirts ruffling in the breeze. God damn it, ring a bell. I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer. Gee, I wonder who said that. Ha ha ha. In any case, we've got the wind at our backs now. Okay. So as much as you might think we're done, we're not. But we've got some few things to worry about. Again, it's 26 minutes. Oh boy, where do we want to go? Let's try, yeah. Okay, that'll move that along pretty nicely. All right, let's move. Now, what are we doing? Yeah, we can heal. But we're not going to do that yet. There's a few things we want to do first. First things first, we're going to move the story along just a little bit more. But wait, there's more.
Already, Lady Vestal? Forgive me. I am Prime Minister Dominus Harina. Your words to the people shook me to my core. Between you and me, I suspect they rattled the king's cage as well. He looked positively deflated. Small wonder. Having his little speech so thoroughly derailed must have been a blow to his royal ego. It will recover, though. It always does. Meanwhile, where will you go from here?
To Florum, land of radiant flowers and the water crystal.
I see. But how will you manage the journey with seas unnavigable? The inner sea was spared by some merciful stroke of fate, but no port or sandy shore exists on the Florum side. You might travel by land, but the forests along the way are suffused with a noxious fog. The path is most dangerous.
The more you know.
Seems we're blocked on all sides. Any ideas?
No, but the sage of the Yuliana Woods may know some way.
Then it's to the airship and to Yuliana and beyond. Say the word, Agnes, and I shall lend wings to your every whim.
Just to Yuliana, please.
Okuli dokuli. Well, another party chat. The minister's generosity. Leave it to the prime minister. He thought of everything. What did he give us? It's a piece of paper. Great. Don't be silly, my angel. This is the bill of goods. They'll be sent to the ship later. First off, there's the food. He's arranged for bread, cured meats, salted grass beans, fruit, celery, green turnips, 2 barrels of pickled pink eggplant, Clock Tower brand Faraga sauce. Then a barrel of Ansheim's most tooth-rotting desserts. They do like sugar. There's sugar. There's at least 2 weeks' provisions here. Past food, there's birthing permissions for the echelot. They'll come in handy. We can take on water, oil, even ammunition. Truly, the man is a bureaucratic wizard. Sounds like we have a little party waiting for us at the ship. A party we must make for Florum as soon as humanly possible. A party in question? Well, as soon as possible as is at least half a day from now, given the time to load all this. Right. I think we've all earned at least that much of a rest. Let's enjoy it while we can. Alright, so we're going to head north. To our quasi-airship. While we mow these fools down. Not much to get out of this fight, but may as well just do it anyway. Money is money. Though they are starting to get past our threshold of carrying.
Simply sitting around like this.
We all need rest, my dear. Whatever we're to face next, let us do it with a full store of energy. Besides, I'm told exhaustion is murder on the skin.
Oh, God.
Think of your complexion.
My what?
Try to behave, Ring a Bell. You're upsetting the poor girl.
Is that a hint of jealousy I detect? Perhaps it's you who's upset by...
You're hilarious.
I can think of no sadder creature in this world than a man unable to inspire a little jealousy. It is. For now, I need some air. All this riding on the waves is...
Irk.
Do you suppose he's all right?
Ugh, leave him. A little seasickness will keep him quiet.
Agnes, do you know the other Vestals? In your speech, you mentioned working with them.
It is my hope that such a collaboration can be achieved, but I have yet to meet the Vestals of Earth or Fire. I know only the Water Vestal, Olivia. I have since we were children, as our temples stand in neighboring kingdoms. Since we became Vestals in full, we've exchanged no correspondence, but I fear the rotting of the seas is proof enough that some ill has befallen the Water Crystal. I pray that Olivia has fared better.
That was fast. Feeling better?
Ooh! Get wrecked.
Vestal of the Wind Crystal, Agnes oblige. Surrender at once, or see your companion slain.
You! Dark Knight Alternus Dim!
Who? What? Idea? You're all right. We've been mad with worry. But you are a captive to the Vestal no longer. Come, I will see she makes no move. Quickly, to my side. Come away from the Vestal.
No! You keep away from him! If you intend to hurt Agnes or Tiz, you'll answer to me for it.
What? What madness is this? You speak nonsense.
I'm not her captive, and she poses no threat. I'm here of my own free will.
What then? You betrayed the Duchy? Betrayed your father? Have you lost your mind, girl?
Well, she has been around Ring a Bell for quite a while.
Entirely sane. In fact, there's much I've only begun to see clearly now that I've gone traitor.
No more of this. Idea, bind the Vestal's hands. Do this now, and I'll forget all you've said here. Please.
It seems you've already forgotten. I said no, Alternus.
What new form of torment is this? I cannot bear these games, Idea. Do not do this to me.
Take one step closer to Agnes and I'll do a lot worse. This is my decision. I'll hold nothing back. I may not be able to best you, even so. But I will see that you bleed before I die.
You're certain, then?
I'm certain.
Silencing you would be a simple task. But one slip of my hand and even the flat of my blade would mean your end. I'm a poor hand at holding back.
Then don't bother. I'm not the sort to be cowed by threats.
A lot of hot air being blown back and
Perhaps
forth
I got
here.
that from my father.
I cannot keep this from your father. I ask once more. Will you reconsider?
My mind is set.
Stubborn girl. You're... Very well. I shall withdraw for now. But know this, Vestal. You and your abettors are ever under our watch. What you aim to do runs counter to the flow of progress. You place mankind on the road to annihilation. I'll not allow you to go unchecked. It's time your wings were clipped. Yeah.
Oh, the Sky Stone!
Oh, that's not going to make things easy.
Cool your head before we next meet, Medea.
Alternate! Tiz! Are you alright? Tiz!
I'm fine. Sorry I wasn't much use back there. If I'd been more...
Where's Ring a Bell when you need him?
You're safe. That is all I ask. Idea! Who was that man? He knew you! He's a member of the Council of Six. The Duchy of Eternia's highest governing body.
And the 6 people sending an army after Agnes.
Your tone was familiar. You were close? We grew up together.
Rejoice, jolly companions. I found the loveliest seashells out there. Here, a gift from... Did I miss something?
Yes, yes, you did.
You really are hopeless, Ring a Bell.
Hmm?
Well?
No good, I'm afraid. She won't budge an inch off the ground. Seems we're earthbound until we've another one of these sky stone things.
Blast that Alternus! And me for not seeing this coming! But we can't sit and stew here. Hurry up and do something!
If the ship's grounded, that leaves travel by foot. I suppose we'll have to try our luck with this forest and its miasma.
Well, it is what it is. But yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. So let's head back to Anchheim because there's not much we can do in the meantime. And really quick, let's take a look at our updates here. Okay. That's in the 24, 22 range. Those would finish roughly the same time. These are in the 35 range and 28. Now over here we've got a 48, so that'll take a while, and then a 15. So that one's probably worth doing. Maybe with this up here, yeah. It's funny how they're spread out the way they are. 18 and 10. Okie dokie, let's go back to it. So, first and foremost, we need to heal up and save, because saving's your friend. So let's do that foist. And then what we're going to do is there's actually a side quest here that is going to unlock some new jobs that we need to deal with, and it kind of cleans up a few loose ends. So we're going to go ahead and save. Yay. Then we'll head outside because we need to make it... Now, can we actually do it without having to do that? No. I don't think we can. Okay. We're going to head outside and kind of wait for nightfall to come. I'm not going to make you guys sit and wait for this because it can take a little while, but we're waiting for nightfall to do what we want to do. Because, yeah, once night comes, we'll be able to have access to... a location within the town. So we'll hold off for just a little bit. Okay, night has fallen and it came quite quickly, so again, nothing to worry about. Just didn't want you guys to have to sit through the 30 seconds to a minute it took. We're saving every minute because every minute counts. Let's make a save now so that way in case something happens we can just reload right back here. And take another crack at it if it comes to that. It probably won't. So we'll head up and over, and I believe he will. Yeah. And thus we reach another kind of dungeon area. Yay.
Hey, it opened! Seems this is the spot mentioned in that memo we found.
You don't say. Alright, let's move as we'll head down here. We get a remedy. Oops, that was probably not a good idea to have auto on, but oh well. Because it'd be kind of interesting if Ring a Bell actually got the kill. Strangely enough, they actually were able to fight their way through that. I was not expecting that. So, funny. Yeah, the XP here is not going to be that great. Spell the SP rather. So, take that in stride. And he's down. Ooh, got eye gouged. Bad kitty. I get a bronze bangle. Thanks. Probably from the weird kitty cat. Let's go ahead and pop a cure. Really quick. Yeah, they're still working on Black and White Mage, respectively. you know what? Hold on. Let me make sure we. God damn it. Those eye gouges are devastating. Might actually go after the monk one first. Just because of how much damage it does. Maybe the sword one will not hit as violently. Well, they're both monks at this point, so... Really, at the end of the day, that's probably a better strategy. Because, yeah, those sage staffs do a pretty good amount of damage. Thumbing claw, whatever. And the earthing rod, which is not an actual rod. We'll take a look at it, just because. Nullifies paralysis. Yeah, that's pretty important of an item to pick up, so we'll definitely be glad to pick that up. And that's all she wrote. So we'll keep moving along here the way we came. Ooh! That's gonna hurt. And then we're stuck 3 rounds without being able to do anything because he's not gonna go down. All right. Gonna get Tiz back up off the ground here. Okay, that just grinds my gears at this point. Oh, whoop. Just get over that hurdle right there. Because it's forcing me to waste a second Phoenix down. Okay. I think the other one's got 5 minutes left on it. We'll let it run, as far as I'm concerned. Let's buy a Phoenix down since we lost one, or we can buy 2 even. Buy 3. Just because enemies around here are hitting pretty hard, it would probably wouldn't hurt to be a little more reserved. So, reserve being that we want to take less damage going forward. Hit that kitty, yeah! Back to the old stab and run. Yoink. Oh, there we go. Duh, just... Alright, let's keep moving. Delicious high potion. Nice. Nice. That worked out really nice. Usually, it probably would have ended with us taking a couple rounds of damage, but little things that we've done is making us being able to survive these battles a little more up front has been pretty good. Alright, some leveling going. There's always welcome. And now we have the luxury of walking all the way back over. Which is fine because that's more XP for us. More specifically, job points. Like I said, leveling up is inherently important. I don't want anyone to think that I'm not making a big deal of it, but job levels are so much of a bigger deal. And so the fact that we're keeping the job level JP going, that's why you don't want to mess with the encounter rate that much. Unless you're super hardcore and you want to turn that encounter rating just through the roof. But I don't see the value of doing that because then eventually it just bogs the game down and your progress. Whereas if you feel like jobs are behind or your levels are behind, you can just jack up the encounter rate when that's necessary versus having it up all the time and then being clearly overpowered and overleveled for everything, but also you wasting a lot of time trying to get through the game. Because, you know, and again, it's to each their own. That's the thing about the modern era of JRPGs. There's a lot of means. This game allows for a lot of optimization based on how you feel you want to, you know, experience the game. Me personally, I like getting through it at a decent speed while accomplishing what's out there to accomplish, but things are never that simple. If they were, we would not have the issues that we have traditionally. So ring a bell getting the level, which means Adia is close herself. As we'll head up. Yeah, I'm getting a little cough. Not sure what it is. I mean, we have had some cold weather lately, so that might be big part of it. We'll head up and over and get that lever as well that I did not pull earlier, clearly. Nice. Nice. And the battle is won. And Adia gains a level. And we've got a job level for Adia, bringing her to level 5 knight. We're still going to leave her on that for now. There's really no reason to change her over. Unless we want to put her on monk. But I'd rather have her stay where she's at. Especially as we're about to delve into a much harder and more intricate battle. Okay, so we have some options here. Again, that's, and again, we're getting to that 30-minute mark. Yeah, well, let's do this anyway. And then we'll have to start making some considerations here of working, maybe putting 100% effort there. And we might have to start putting 100% effort kind of everywhere, for that matter. Because, yeah, we're getting to a point where we're just not producing enough to make them go by pretty quick, which is good. It means everything's gradually slowing down here. We're going to go ahead and make a save, because, again, saving is our friend. Because we're going to have a bit of a brawl coming up. We're going to want to make sure auto attack is not on, even though we kind of need it now. And it's nice because our casters will be very close to leveling as well. Which, even if we get new jobs coming up, which that's what we're gunning for, we'll probably let them level up to their next level before allowing them to take on the new jobs. Same with any of our other characters. Tiz really needs to level up one more time too, so we might hold off as much as we can on that.
This is the royal palace.
You don't say.
Shh. Someone's coming.
Blast it! Blast it! Blast it all!
Calm down.
How do you expect me to be calm? This is all the fault of that girl. From the moment the vessel returned, every cog in my plans is spun out of place. And the merchantry, that incompetent profiteur's failures threatened to bring everything crashing down. And after the lengths I went to in giving him all he could possibly need, and for what? A net negative. Time and again, that oil-slicked little rat assured me all was going to plan. And like a fool, I trusted him with everything. With claiming the wells, inflating the price of water, that bungled arrangement with the thieves, I gave the merchantry free rein.
The plan was sound. Have the merchantry cut off the water supply, eroding the people's resolve. Mandate heavy labor, for the good of the kingdom, of course, to sow further dissent. Ansheim was a powder keg. Any spark would do. Some trifling grievance to turn the brunt of all that build-up frustration on the Vestal. The Orthodoxy's lingering hold on the people's hearts and minds would be broken, and the age of anti-crystalism would begin.
As well it must! The unwashed masses' superstitious love of the crystals is an iron weight holding mankind back from true progress. Only by dashing to the ground their faith in these stones and the Vestals can my vision for Ansheim's advancement be realized. A glorious new era is right before our eyes. It was so nearly within reach, and now my plan is ruined. Why, Kent? How has this happened? Now the rabble will listen to none but the Vestal. Ooh, it's a complete disaster. I should never have relied on an ignoramus like Profiteur. My plan was perfect.
That reliance on your scheming was the reason it failed. Meanwhile, the Vestal speaks without a thought in her head. There's your why.
The question was rhetorical, Spellfencer! But very well. If finesse has failed, so be it. I'll kill the girl and lay claim to the crystal. With that done, the winds will be at my fingertips. I can power the turbines or control the miasma as I see fit.
These villains are a little too villainy for me.
So
almost.
New plan will fare
It's
better
just so over the top.
It must! The people must be shown that the Vestal has no place in my new reign, or in the future of Ansheim!
Unacceptable! Please disgrace your crown no further!
What? This isn't... How are you here?
Regardless, I am here. I heard everything.
Seems this scandal goes all the way up.
I knew you were an unpleasant man, but this is outright evil.
For a king to wish suffering on his own people? This cannot stand!
And just what did you supposedly hear? What new slander is this?
You're a poor actor, King.
You have some proof, then? Some evidence to show that I made these comments? Huh?
He's like a child caught in a lie.
No, of course no such proof exists. I know you lot are plotting to tear me from the throne, but it won't work.
Well, that or we tear out your heart and feed it to you.
As it happens, we do have proof, but I don't expect we'll have need of it. Ask yourself this. Given your word against the Vestals, which do you think the people will believe?
Have you no shame? No sense of duty to those you rule?
You! This is all you're doing, Vestal. If you weren't here, none of this would... Yes! You can't be here any longer. Can't be anywhere, in fact. Your final silence will be the fanfare that heralds my renewed reign.
It seems the man's beyond remorse.
Spellfencer Sigma Kent, name your price. Empty the kingdom's coffers if you like. Whatever it takes, I want these vermin dead!
I pick my clients for their pocketbooks, not their moral fiber. I'll not grow scruples now. You have a deal, King, for as long as your riches hold.
For as long as your riches hold. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and default a bit here. Because really there's no point in subjecting ourselves to too much issue. Because he'll hit us, but he won't hit us hard enough. The thing that we gotta be weary of is that stop spell that you noticed right then and there. The stop spell would be disastrous if it got on both of our casters. So you might think the best move is to go after the Time Mage, you know, the king, but it's really better to not do that as much. It probably is more in our best interest to go after Kent, because he's going to do the more damage over time, because he's going to take more of his turns to attack. Now you might say, why are you stealing? Because I want to. And we're going to try to steal from both of them right out the gate here. Send out an AoE cure. Slash Kent with some melee attacks. Ah.
Full power!
Nice. Nice crit too.
What? You aren't running this time?
A contract is a contract, and many's the coin I earned under the king's auspices. It's not in my nature, but I'm prepared to die for this one.
Okay, so put up a double cure here. Nice. I think Kent is actually in the hurt locker a bit. Yeah.
Very well. Only fitting that money should be my end. My goal is met. I've no reason to earn another coin.
Got enough to pay the ferryman on your way to hell.
Kid, this isn't happening. Is there no one else?
Nope, you're all mine, little man.
Forgive me!
And he's gonna get a nice dosing of the shocker. Now he's gonna be a little harder to hit, or at least get as many benefits to Well, it's going to be not as many hits, rather, for melee damage is probably what's going to happen here. Again, just keep everybody healthy. I stopped my thieves. No. Well, may as well let him attack. Just be safe because I think he's gonna unleash some nastiness here. Finish him off here. Oh, come on. Alright, we're not going to waste any more time. We really could have made this battle easier if we would have just had Tiz attack, but oh well. My greed has led to bad decisions. You know what? Here we go. And very little damage to do. Oh, he stopped our healer, so that's not good. It looks like he broke right out of it, so not a big deal. He'll be almost dead here. And he's down.
I'll give my throne to no one. No one.
Blah, 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 blah. Why are you killing me? Stop. Jackass. So lots of job points, which I'm always for. Which will give Tiz the job level there. It gives Anyas the silence immunity job skill. White magic level 3 learned. So we didn't learn, I don't think, black magic level 3, which might mean that white magic takes a back seat to our new job, which is, we have Spell Fencer is one of them, which is clearly a sword mage or something, you know, like we've seen sorcerers and like Final Fantasy V stuff. They can cast elements on their weapon, so definitely an offensive skill. They are kind of, you know, adds elemental effects to attacks, favors swords, a warrior that imbues weapons with magic. They specialize in swords exclusively. So, yay for that. You get A's in the armors that are out there. And then everything's really rather average for them at the B level, so they don't excel at any major standard statistic, though it's more geared towards offense. And then here we get the Time Mage, which is mostly self-explanatory for Final Fantasy vets. The ability to cast spells like Haste, Slow, Time Mage gets gravity as well, which is halving damage. It halves like the health of an enemy if it's effective. So some good stuff here. It's definitely a staff-based class from the looks of it. So that's interesting. We'll need some more staves to allow multiple characters to work on that job. It is a very good job. It's definitely
I see.
a helpful
magic.
job to have as long as enemies are subjective to it.
It seems the people of Ansheim
If enemies can, a lot of enemies can ignore if bosses can ignore
behalf,
some of the stats, then it's not usually a good way to go. But haste is always good
Where will the kingdom go from here?
to have on your own
How will it
characters.
function in the absence
So
of
there's
a
always a
king?
benefit.
I will take up the mantle of governance for the time being, though that is no lasting solution. Ansheim will have to change. With luck, it will become a land led by its people for the benefit of all.
Yay.
What is certain is that it will ever be a welcome home to you and your companions, Lady Vestal. We will pray for your safe journey. Go, and bring your light to all the world.
Okily dokily. Alright, so we are now in control. Alright, so we learned the earth moves. Now it gets into kind of a weird situation. Speed up, speed down. If we take it to 6. It's still less. And then we still got 11 minutes on that. So what are we talking about here at 50? 30 minutes. Okay, so yeah, we're clearly getting into the essence of one of these per turn. If we want to do this in any kind of reasonable time. Again, 43 minutes. Yeah, but we've done really good with this. I'm 26 minutes. Yeah, we've done really good. This is coming along very nicely, and we're going to keep working on it, but I do think we're going to go 100% worker load that we can. We theoretically could add some more workers, but for right now, we're not. We're going to slow down their progress, just because we're probably ahead of someone who would more casually play this. And when I say casually, I mean those of you at home who would play this game on a 3DS, you probably would have to do a lot more waiting between sessions to achieve this. And then some of you might argue that no, you wouldn't. Now with that said, let's take a look at our jobs. I know this episode again is going to be a hair on the longer side because I want to check some stuff out. But as you can see, black magic is still at level 2, meaning we won't learn black magic level 3 until we get to level 7 probably. That can be somewhat tricky, but we're not getting the job points to warrant wasting time on it at this moment. So clearly the right thing to do is to pick up Time Mage for both characters. Knowing that after Time Mage is kind of where we want it to be, we got to go right back to Black Mage. Now we got the Jade Crozier, or Crozier. As far as I'm concerned, let me see here. It'll do. All this gear is fine. Now one thing we do want to set up here is we can go for silence immunity, and then that will work, and then he will do something very similar because that magic defense 10 up is probably worth it. Let's change Ring a Bell's job to Time Mage. Probably grab one Sage's staff so that way everything's still squared away. So we have black and white magic still doled out appropriately. The gear should not change that much other than upgrading Agnes here. Now let's look at Thief and Knight. So we need to move now to Spell Fencer. We're going to put them both on this job debatably, because we need to see what we can get away with here for optimization. So I don't think we're going to dual wield. And the reason I don't think we need to dual wield, strangely enough, is because of our situation. So if we go into here, clearly we still have, we can put, rather, two-handed. Physical defense up 10%. And we can pretty much do the same thing here. And that'll work a lot better, I think, in the long run. And then over here, if we change her job from knight to spell fencer, to equipment, optimum is that, because I think even putting on the Ise no Kami would make it worse. So that squares that away. As far as I'm concerned. Now, mithril armor. We could definitely buy another mithril armor instead of relying for Tiz to have the mithril plate. So we'll do that. So there's a couple things we want to buy from the merchant here. Nothing too fancy. Oh, nice. Okay. Buy equipment. And then we're going to buy a sage's staff. And we're going to buy... Ooh, we can't. Alright, well, we'll do without. Because we'd have to walk all the way. We can't go back to that area where we could buy the mithril gear. So we're kind of at a loss of that. And that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll find something better soon anyway. Alright, Sage's staff. Hence why sometimes you want to make sure you have access to everything. As, you know, to this. That's why you need to grind the money. If you want to make sure that you get to keep all that good stuff. We'll stay the night and get that sorted. Now, what we want to do is get at least sword, the spell sword up to level 4, which is equal with monk. And then we might split the Tiz and Adia up. That way it doesn't matter that we can't get mithril armor. So, yeah. And then we'll get them to level 5 as objectively as one can do. Now, with that said, that's going to complete this side quest. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ActarStudios for more live gaming action, because when we come back, we are going to be heading into the next chapter of the game. We're going to be, you know, saving the world from all of its woes and problems. And amongst other things, we're still going to have some work to do. When this is complete, I'm probably going to work on unlocking more special moves. That way we can get all of these little areas up to about level 6. I think would be fair starting point before moving forward. So yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. So anyway, with that said, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.